Hello, my friends. This is part 2 of our summer meals video. And remember, in part 1, we baked a beautiful young chicken. And then it took an hour at least for it to get to that 170 degrees Fahrenheit. So because of that, we needed to cut over to part 2 because I know your time is valuable. Now, so in part 2, remember I told you we were going to try to get 3 meals out of that chicken. And, we also, let me put the disclaimer that it depends on the size of your family. Now, if you have a huge family or you're preparing for a large group, then you're going to need multiple chickens and you might not get as many meals out of. You may only get 2. So, I am working with a smaller size family, the average size family, think 4 and 5 possibly if the 5th one is little. And you still might be able to get at least 2 of these meals out of it. So today's video is going to deal with the other 2. So we're going to start with a delicious and very traditional chicken salad. And we're going to serve it 2 different ways. Then we're going to take the last of that chicken and we are going to put together a chicken fried rice. This is a quick and simple chicken salad. This is a classic chicken salad that you make all the time. So I'm putting in this bowl some a breast and a half of chopped chicken. And that's from that chicken that we made yesterday. Now, so what I'm doing is just taking out a few. If I find a bone or whatever, I take those out. So I'm adding some red pepper that I've sliced up, that sweet red pepper. I'm also adding in a handful, about a quarter of a cup or to a half cup of olives, about a half cup of celery. And if I look at it and see that the color needs to be a little more, then I'll add those. Now, the funny thing is I sent the big guy to the grocery to get some purple grapes, but he didn't like the way they looked and he didn't know what I was going to do with it, so I got green grapes instead. So we're adding in a little bit of mayo, and this is Hellmann's with olive oil, and it's really quite tasty. So I'm just mixing that. Now let me tell you something, when you put your mayo in, don't overdo it. You want to put a little bit in, start to mix, and then make sure that you're getting the texture that you want. So if you need to go back and add a little bit, it's okay. And we want to add in a little bit of salt and pepper in particular, because sometimes the mayo is a little salty. So we're just adding in just a touch of salt. And I have some chopped almonds. Now, I had hoped to find some little slithered almonds, or the ones that are cut, and I couldn't find them, so I had to chop my own. So anyway, those are chopped almonds that I'm adding in, and I'm giving this a really good mix. And you know what? It is tasty. And we're going to just mix it up very, very well. And I'm actually going to keep it right in this bowl. Now, I like to chill mine before I serve it. And so I'm doing this a little bit early in the day so that I can put it into the refrigerator, cover it with plastic, of course, and then serve it for dinner. This would be a good brunch. You could serve it with crackers. You could serve it with sourdough bread. I'm Leona Dooley, and this is Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme, where we work hard, we love God and family, and know that everything else is just gravy. It's here in this kitchen where we do things in the kitchen for the kitchen. So we decorate, we cook, we chit chat, all those things, because the kitchen is the hub. It's the place where everyone wants to be. So I want you to be with me every time I upload. So please take the time, if you haven't already joined the family, to click that like button and subscribe, because that's important. And then if you have friends who like the same thing, share the video with them so that they can be a part of our family as well. I am looking forward to having you in the kitchen. And you know what? Leave a comment and tell me, what are some of the things that you like to do with your chicken when you prepare it? And do you try to get more than one meal out of a whole chicken? And if so, tell me what they are. So let's get to that chicken. We have our chicken salad in a bowl, and as you can see, I've just kind of layered a little bit of grapes around it, and in the center I'm going to place some little thin slices of the red pepper, just to give it a little extra color. And you know I had to add a little bit of paprika on top of that. I want you to have the classic chicken salad ingredients, so we're going to go over that very quickly. You will need at least 1 large cooked chicken breast, 1 cup of chopped red peppers. You could certainly use green if you prefer those. 1 cup of sliced grapes, the more colorful the better. 1 cup of sliced celery, a 1/2 cup of chopped almonds, and you could use chopped are the little slivered ones, salt and pepper to taste, and of course mayonnaise. And you can decide what type of mayonnaise that you want. Sometimes some people like Miracle Whip versus Hellmann's, and that's up to you. And of course you'll want to serve it with either rolls or crackers, or you can serve it over a salad. Tonight I'm going to serve our chicken salad 2 ways. I'm going to serve the big guys on a bun, and I'm using those onion buns. That's what they call them, onion buns, and they have little pieces of onions all over the top and the bottoms, and they really are delicious, but I just didn't want the bread. So on mine, on my plate, you can see that I have leaves, lettuce leaves, and I'm going to eat mine just like that, with lettuce leaves, chicken salad, and a little side of grapes. Well, family, I had great plans for being able to get 3 meals out of that chicken, but there just wasn't enough left over to be able to do that 3rd dish, which would have been the chicken fried rice. So we're going to have to do that chicken fried rice another time with some other chicken. But you know what? I am so thankful that you have been with me, and we have had such a good time, and we stretched that chicken just as far as we could, and that is always a good time, and definitely a budget saver. So I hope you'll come back to the family of Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme, and I hope you enjoy being in the kitchen with me.